stop right now. Listen closely. I, the Lord your God, am urgently calling you. It is no coincidence that you are here. It is not by chance that these words have reached you at this exact moment. There is something your natural eyes cannot see, but in the spiritual realm, it is being unleashed with intensity, with violence, with an urgency you cannot ignore. An attack is being formed, and it is no ordinary attack. It has been cunningly planned, executed in haste, sown with evil, and it has a clear and direct target: your life, your purpose, your calling, your spiritual inheritance. I speak to you now because before anything happens, I need to warn you. My voice is crying out above the noise in your mind, above the distractions around you, above the doubts that sometimes invade you. No, this is not a message to entertain you or to alarm you without reason. It is a divine alert, a holy calling, a direct intervention from me. I need to prepare you, I need to cover you, I need to protect you with my mighty hand. Because if you don't understand what is happening, if you don't recognize the war that is being waged in the unseen, you could let your guard down, you could lose ground, you could forfeit what you've worked so hard to gain. You feel it, don't you? That pressure in your mind like an invisible burden you can't explain. That restlessness in your chest, that sudden anxiety no one else notices, that persistent sense that something isn't right, even though everything around you seems normal. It's not your imagination. It's not stress. It's not emotional weakness. It is discernment. It is my spirit touching your spirit. It is an internal signal I am giving you so that you open your eyes, so that you wake up from your slumber, so that you don't fall into the trap that has been so carefully set. There is a hidden movement. Forces are being organized in secret with the sole purpose of stopping you. They are searching for a crack in your faith, a breach in your obedience, a distraction in your path. They want to bring you down, to make you stumble, to tear from you what I planted with so much love, so much care, and so much promise. I have deposited seeds of glory in you, and those seeds have begun to sprout. The enemy has noticed, and that is why he has risen up with such fury. He knows a new season is near. He has sensed the aroma of the blessing that is approaching. He has heard the echo of your sincere praise. He has perceived the strength of your faith growing day by day. That's why he wants to scare you, confuse you, trap you before you advance further. But I am here. I speak to you clearly because there is still time. I'm not revealing this to make you afraid. I'm revealing it so you may act with wisdom, clothe yourself in my truth, cling to my word, and remain under my covering. Remember, no weapon forged against you will prosper if you walk in obedience. Stay in my presence, and don't let go of the hand that guides you. This moment is decisive. This message is secret. Don't tell anyone, it is just for you. There are decisions that must be made in private. There are doors only you can open from within. This call is not collective, it is personal. I am knocking at the door of your heart, and I command you in my name with heavenly authority. Open it now. I will send you clear and undeniable signs of the blessings and miracles that are about to manifest. They won't be vague or confusing signs. They will be visible, tangible, and undeniable. They will appear in the natural, but they will come from heaven. You will understand without hesitation, because what I will do will be so extraordinary that it will leave no room for doubt. I, the Lord, will open doors that once seemed locked with unbreakable bolts. The chains that bound you, the walls that limited you, The barriers that once seemed impenetrable, they will fall at the appointed time by my hand. What others considered loss, I will restore. What seemed stuck, I will set into motion. What seemed dry, I will cause to flourish. I will remove the obstacles that held you back, those hidden stumbling blocks the enemy strategically placed for you to trip over again and again. I, your God, will uproot them completely. I will not only remove the burden, but I will also strengthen you so that you may move forward without fear. I am going to pour out upon you the riches of my grace. I do not speak only of material things, though I will include them as well. I speak of abundant, supernatural grace that will open paths, move hearts in your favor, bring unexpected provision, family restoration, deep healing, and peace that surpasses all understanding. Heaven will show signs, you will see them. They will shine like stars in your darkness, like beacons of hope, guiding you toward the fulfillment of the promises I made to you. The wind will blow gently, not to disturb you, but to caress your face and announce that something is changing. That breeze will be my spirit, carrying with it the perfect fulfillment of my plans. In the most unexpected circumstances, you will see my mighty hand at work. You will notice it in the small details, in the impossible coincidences, in the opportunities that arise without human effort, because I will be orchestrating everything with divine precision. That is why I say to you, open your eyes wide, do not fall asleep. Do not let these signs pass by as if they were coincidence. Do not attribute them to luck. They are my work, the answer to your faith. You have sown with tears, and now you will reap with joy. Very soon, you will see abundance flow in surprising ways. You will witness the fruits of your labor multiply, not by human merit, but because I bless the work of your hands. You will see doors open as a direct response to your persistent faith. Opportunities will align with my perfect timing, and you will not be able to deny it. You will know it is I, your God, who has done it. I tell you this with eternal love and holy purpose. Do not let doubt steal what is about to manifest. Do not let impatience pull you away from my timing. Keep walking. Keep believing, because if you do not stop, you will see with your own eyes what you have only dreamed of until now. I am with you. Do not forget it. What I am about to do will not be only for your benefit, but so that my name will be glorified through you. I have seen every step you've taken, every night when your thoughts were louder than your rest, every moment when silence seemed to be your only companion. Not a single tear has gone unnoticed, not a single prayer, even those you could not express with words, but that flowed from the depths of your being. There are things your heart has carried for a long time, burdens you've borne in secret, struggles no one else understands, battles you fought without witnesses. But I have been there all along. There is no corner of your story that is hidden from me. Even when you felt lost, when you thought you had failed too much or strayed too far to return, my presence never left you. Even in your moments of greatest confusion, I was working in the unseen. You were not stuck, you were being shaped. You were not lost, you were being prepared. Every apparent delay, every silence, every long and painful wait had a purpose greater than what your mind can understand right now. But the day is coming, and it is not far off, when you will look back and realize it wasn't punishment, it was formation. It wasn't abandonment, it was direction. I'm aligning things you cannot yet see. I am placing key people on your path, specific circumstances, and connections that will seem natural but bear my divine imprint. I'm arranging details with a perfection only my wisdom can accomplish. Some turns in your life will feel unexpected, but they are absolutely necessary to lead you to the destiny I designed before you took your first breath. My plan has never changed, even with your missteps, even through hard paths. I do not redo my purpose, I fulfill it despite everything. My faithfulness does not depend on your perfection, but on my unchanging love. What is about to manifest in your life is the fruit of hidden seasons of obedience, of moments when you saw no results but remained faithful, when the battle was intense, but you held on to my truth. Now comes the fulfillment. But hear me well, it won't look like you imagined. It will be greater. It won't be by your strength or human strategies. It will be by my hand. I am preparing situations that will not only meet your needs but exceed your expectations. And I will do it in such a way that everyone will know it was me, not because you said it, but because it will be impossible to deny. You will be a living testimony that I am God. I will surprise you in the midst of the ordinary, in the simple things, in what others call coincidence. You will see purpose. I will reveal my power in your life in ways so specific, so personal, that no doubt will remain. The doors that open will not be just any doors, they will be the right ones, leading to expansion, to fullness, to influence with purpose. I will cause you to find favor even in places where you were once overlooked. I will cause your name to be remembered by those who once closed doors on you, not for vengeance, but to show that my hand holds you and exalts you in my perfect timing. Every area in which you were oppressed will be restored with abundance. Every negative word spoken over you will be silenced by the testimony of what I will do in you. The promises you thought were forgotten will begin to be fulfilled one after another, because I do not lie. Every seed you planted in faith, even if you didn't see the fruit at the time, will now enter its harvest season. The earth will respond, the heavens will open, and what was held back will be released. Do not fear if the coming changes shake what is familiar. Do not be anxious if there are abrupt transitions. Sometimes the old must be completely removed for the new to have room to flourish. Trust not because everything will make sense immediately, but because I am the one guiding each step. What I am doing in your life is not rooted in the superficial or the temporary. It is happening deep within, in the eternal realm, in what the world cannot touch or comprehend. I have begun a work that goes beyond your current circumstances, a work being built on solid rock, not on shifting sand. Everything that is weak, unstable, or false is being removed, not to destroy you but to rebuild you with heavenly foundations. What is coming upon you requires clean space, prepared ground, and a solid structure to sustain the glory I am about to pour out. This is not just a change of season. It is a complete transformation. I am renewing your understanding, awakening your spirit, and sharpening your sensitivity to my voice. I am aligning your will with mine. And this alignment comes through a process that sometimes feels like a desert, like solitude, like loss, but it is not. It is purification. It is separation. It is the refining fire that does not consume but purifies. I am teaching you to see beyond the surface, to discern the eternal amid the temporary, to hear the invisible above the noise of the world. You will no longer walk led by unstable emotions or the logic of those who do not know me. You will walk with discernment, with prophetic vision, with holy conviction. My purpose for you is not limited to a blessing you can hold with your hands. What I am forming in you has eternal purpose. I am awakening the gift I have placed in you, removing the dust of fear, doubt, insecurity, and complacency, because you have been called to impact beyond yourself. What I will do in your life will not be contained within your own limits. It will be a sign, a door for others to believe. You will not only witness miracles, you will be part of them. You will not only receive blessing, you will multiply it. I am releasing a word of power over you, not to momentarily motivate you, but to transform you permanently. What begins as a seed of faith will grow into a tree of testimony whose branches will reach many. You will no longer do things as before. I'm changing your way of thinking, your way of speaking, even your way of making decisions. I am placing weight in your words, authority in your prayer, and direction in your spirit. Everything that was light or unstable will be replaced with firmness. I will not allow you to settle for little when I have planned so much. I have not called you to merely survive. I have called you to advance, to conquer, to stand firm when others fall. I am teaching you to depend solely on me, to live from heaven even while dwelling on earth. You will no longer be guided by what you feel, but by what you know, by what I have spoken, by what I have promised, and what endures forever. The human structures around you may not understand it. Some will question you, others may walk away, but do not be confused, this is part of the process. Not everyone is meant to walk with you in this season. I am creating a necessary separation, not to leave you alone, but to surround you with the right people, those with the same spirit, the same fire, the same vision. And not everyone will grasp the intensity of what you are experiencing, because it is not natural, it is spiritual. And don't expect confirmation from those who haven't heard what I whispered to you in secret. As you move forward, I will clearly show you which paths to take. You will no longer have to guess or rely on human signs. I myself will be your guide, placing light on your path and giving you wisdom to make decisions with confidence. Do not fear making mistakes. As long as you remain in my presence, even your uncertain steps will be made straight. Don't seek quick answers, seek communion. For in my presence, you will find more than direction. You will find transformation. You don't have to rush, you only need to remain. I am the one who accelerates fulfillment at the appointed time. I am activating within you a strength that does not come from human effort or fleeting motivation, but from my eternal spirit. His strength is not based on shifting emotions or temporary excitement, but on a deep root of obedience and faith. It's not about feeling, it's about knowing. I am establishing in you an unshakable conviction, an internal assurance that cannot be destroyed by external storms. You will rise not because everything around you is perfect, but because my power sustains you from within. The true strength I am forming in you is not built in comfort, but in brokenness, guided by my hand. There is an authority that is birthed only in intimacy. It cannot be earned through titles or human recognition. It is received in the secret place, when everything else is silenced and only my voice remains. That is the authority I am placing upon you, an authority that does not assert itself with noise, but manifests through obedience. An authority that does not need to prove anything, because its backing comes not from human approval, but from my heavenly endorsement. Wherever you set your feet with this authority, there will be change. Wherever you speak with this authority, there will be life. Wherever you stand, my glory will be reflected. I am working on your character not to humiliate you, but to prepare you, because what is coming upon you requires spiritual maturity. Not everyone who receives a promise is ready to carry it. Many receive without preparation, and what was meant to be a blessing becomes a burden. But I love you too much to give you something before its time. I know the exact day, the appointed hour, the precise moment, and I am leading you toward that day with purpose. The growth, that is coming is irreversible. There will be no turning back, no loss. I am sealing with my hand what I have decreed over you, and no one can revoke what I have established. The opposition you've been feeling lately is not a sign of defeat, it's evidence of progress. What is still doesn't get attacked. What poses no threat isn't pursued. What is confronting you now isn't a warning that you're doing something wrong, it's confirmation that you're on the right path. Darkness stirs when light begins to shine more brightly. Don't interpret the obstacles as errors, but as proof that you are stepping into territory reserved for my purpose. Where there was once defeat, you will see victory. Where there was shame, honor will come. Where there was loss, redemption will follow. Even your weaknesses will become part of the testimony I will use to glorify my name. Don't hide your process or your scars, they will speak louder than 1,000 speeches. People won't be transformed by your perfection, but by the reality of how my grace lifted you again and again. I am making all that you've lived, even what seemed pointless, carry eternal value. Every fall you faced with humility, every night you chose to keep believing, every moment you decided not to give up, it's all being counted, recorded, and will be used to build up others. Nothing is wasted in my kingdom. Soon, you will see how everything begins to make sense. The pieces that once seemed disconnected will start to fit together. The difficult decisions you made out of obedience, the sacrifices you offered without immediate reward, the things you gave up that seemed to bring no fruit, everything was part of the plan I designed with precision. I am writing a story with you, a holy story, not just to bless you, but to leave a legacy. What I do with you will impact generations. You won't only mark your time, you will mark the times of those who come after you. I am awakening something in you that will not fade. It won't be a momentary emotion. It will be a constant fire. You will rise with renewed vision. You will walk with purpose. You will not be swayed by the changes of this era, because I have planted you like a tree beside streams of living water. You will be firm. You will be fruitful, not because of who you are, but because of what I have deposited deep within you. And that deposit is beginning to manifest. I have been working in silence where you thought nothing was happening. In the middle of the ordinary, in what seemed like meaningless routine, I have been planting seeds that are just now beginning to sprout. I have taught you to trust without seeing, to wait when everything seemed delayed, to believe when your surroundings said otherwise. The teaching was not in vain, it was preparation for what I am now unleashing in the spiritual realm. This is not about emotions or fleeting dreams. It is about prophetic fulfillment, about steady steps on a path that was intentionally laid out before you were even born. I have seen how you've been tested in the deepest places of your being, not in the visible areas where others might notice, but in the hidden spaces, in the decisions no one applauds, in the thoughts you chose to align with my word even when pain whispered something else. That silent obedience is more powerful than you imagine. It has been counted in heaven. In the unseen realm, that faithfulness has built a platform upon which I will establish something great. It doesn't matter that others didn't see it, I saw it. I honor it. I will use it. I am bringing restoration to areas you thought could never flourish again. Places within you that you had given up on, emotions you locked away, hopes you buried deep just to avoid the disappointment of being let down again. I have not forgotten what I promised. And I won't just recall it, I will reignite it with greater intensity. I won't just make you believe again, I will cause you to see with your own eyes what once felt too good to be true. It will not be in some distant future, but at the appointed moment of my will, and that moment is drawing nearer than you think. The brokenness you experienced was never meant to leave you shattered. It was meant to remove everything that was holding you back. I stripped away what was in the way, not because I rejected you, but because I was refining you. Just as the potter works the clay and is not afraid to press it down to reshape it more perfectly, so have I worked with you. Not because you were discarded, but because you are valuable. Not because you were useless, but because I was forming in you a vessel not only to hold blessing, but to pour it out with power and purpose. You will be a channel, not a reservoir. You will be an instrument, not a decoration. You will be my voice in the midst of a confused world. My movement is not limited to temples or gatherings. It manifests in every corner where someone believes in me with all their heart. That is why what I am doing with you does not require a stage or a crowd. It begins within you in personal communion, in total surrender, in daily yielding. I am forming within you a dimension of faith that does not depend on applause or outward signs, but on the certainty I have planted deep in your spirit. And that faith will move mountains not because it is great in itself, but because it is placed in me, the unchanging God. Know that you are not the only one being transformed. Things around you will also begin to change. The people near you will be impacted by what I do. Some will draw near without knowing why, feeling an attraction they cannot explain. It will not be because of your appearance, it will be because of my glory. There will also be those who resist and even walk away, not because you failed, but because not everyone can endure the light after living so long in the shadows. Do not fear that separation. It will be necessary. I myself will allow it so that what I am building is not contaminated. I am awakening in you a new awareness, a clear vision of the eternal. You will no longer be moved by human agendas or external pressures. You will be moved by my spirit. You will learn to distinguish the pure from the impure, the true from the false, the temporary from the eternal. You will have discernment to say no when everyone else says yes, and to move forward when others choose to stop. You will not seek approval, you will seek alignment with my will, and that will be your strength.